Cybersecurity has become as indispensable to modern military campaigns as protective gear and body armor because it shields communication systems, operational networks, and sensitive data from enemy interference. Picture a soldier in a foreign country, geared up in armor, carrying a rifle, ready for combat. Now imagine that same mission being compromised, not by enemy fire, but by a hacker thousands of miles away trying to break into their communication systems. That reality is what our military faces today, and why cyber defense is just as essential as body armor on the battlefield. At home, our military networks benefit from some of the strongest protection in the world. Abroad, however, our soldiers operate in regions where adversaries can exploit weaker local infrastructure or even weaponize them. Today, I will explain how cybersecurity protects our deployed troops, why it's essential and important for overseas troops, and how our military fight back against these threats. My connection to this topic stems from my affiliation with the 36th Infantry Division of the Texas Army National Guard, headquartered in Austin, Texas. This unit has a long record of foreign missions, and like all U.S. forces today, its success not only depends on its physical protection, but also digital security. Let's begin by looking at what cybersecurity actually provides the deployed troops. What cybersecurity means for deployed forces. Firstly, safeguards communication systems, mission networks, and classified information. Without it, troops would lose the ability to coordinate, navigate, or communicate. According to the Department of Defense 2023 Cyber Strategy, adversaries actively target American forces abroad to disrupt operation and gather intelligence. An example of this also is in 2020, where U.S. officials revealed that Iranian hackers attempted to breach Army communication networks during a joint exercise in the Middle East, hoping to intercept mission plans. Now that we understand this function, let's consider why cybersecurity protection is especially important during missions overseas. Why cybersecurity matters at home versus abroad. At home, bases in the US use hardened infrastructure, government-controlled internet, and constant monitoring. Cyber defense includes firewalls, advanced detection systems, and strict access controls. While abroad, troops often rely on host nations' networks, shared infrastructure, or even unsecured local internet. Opponents have the home field advantage, with cyber tools designed specifically to disrupt US forces. A single breach overseas could jam radios, distort GPS signals, or compromise supply chains. The Center for Strategic and International Studies noted in 2022 that foreign hackers regularly attempt to infiltrate the U.S. military networks abroad, aiming to weaken readiness and morale. In 2028, a flash drive infected with malware was inserted into a U.S. laptop in the Middle East. This spread a worm across classified and unclassified information networks. This incident was known as Operation Buckshot Yankee, which forced the Pentagon to overhaul its cybersecurity policies. So, how does these intrusions actually occur in the field? Firstly, we'll go by addressing how they emerge in the field. Not every attack is highly technical. It could be as simple as phishing emails targeting soldiers' personal and military accounts, malware hidden on local internet or cellular infrastructure, unsecured radio transmissions exposing valuable information, even connecting a personal device to a public Wi-Fi network, creating a vulnerability. An example, during a NATO exercise in Eastern Europe, adversaries sent a fake text to a soldier's phone to spread misinformation and lower morale. Because of these risks, the military has built a strong defense and take measures to implement to fight against this. The military responds by deploying specialized cyber protection teams. It requires encrypted communication and sensitive operations, conducts pre-deployment cybersecurity and awareness training. Soldiers practice good habit and password discipline by multi-factor authentication and recognizing suspicious activity. Another example is in 2021, where the U.S. expands its cyber protection brigade sending specialized teams overseas to guard deployed units and networks in real time. These digital safeguards are every bit as important as helmets or protective armor. In conclusion, I summarize that cybersecurity is no longer a background issue. It's frontline for the US and its service members. In my main points I reviewed, we defined what cybersecurity is in the field. We contrasted the protection of at-home and vulnerabilities faced abroad. We looked at how adversaries attempt to penetrate systems. We saw how the military counters those efforts. And in my closing, at home, American troops rely on one of the safest cybersecurity networks in the world. But once they cross hostile territories, the safety net disappears, and only the strong cybersecurity network keeps our mission alive and our people alive. In today's military, the battle isn't won by armor alone. It's secured by mastering both the battlefield and the digital domain. Thank you.